Herman Miller. This is a brand known for their high-quality, innovative furniture, particularly in the realm of office and home environments. As you know, they're especially world-renowned for their ergonomic office chairs. Arguably, two of the most popular chairs on that list are the Aeron and the Embody. They're similar in price, and yet they're different chairs in terms of design, support, and overall experience. The question is, which chair is for you? Before we get into the comparison, I want to take a quick step back and chat about a few things. Quickly, if you're not a regular viewer of this channel, my name is Thomas and I work full-time as a software engineer, and over the years, I've invested a lot of money into my desk and home office space as I have the privilege of working from home full-time. I also use the office as a part-time studio for filming YouTube videos, so I work a lot in this room, and investing in a good chair has always been important to me. In fact, in my opinion, the chair is the most important part of any desk or home office setup. Good chairs can help keep your back intact, and bad chairs can have the opposite effect. I've owned the Embody for more than 2.5 years now, and late last year, I picked up the Aeron during a sale at one of my local furniture stores for the second desk in my office at the time. It's important to preface this video by stating the obvious fact that both of these chairs are expensive. In fact, those are probably the biggest cons of these chairs that I can think of. As I say around here, always take your time upgrading your desk setup and only purchase products when it's reasonable to do so. These are fantastic office chairs, some of the best around. However, there are many cheaper options that, while maybe not as comfortable, are still good. I'll list some of those down in the description below. So yeah, we're talking about two high-end chairs in this video that, in my opinion, should only be invested in if you spend serious time at your desk and make your living working from home. If that doesn't sound like you, I'll tell you right off the bat that these chairs are not worth investing in with your hard-earned money. Lastly, I think it's important to quickly discuss the exact chairs that I'm reviewing in this video. There are two versions of the Aeron. The original Aeron, released in 1994, known today as the Aeron Classic, and the Aeron Remastered, released in 2016. There are also two versions of the Embody. The original, released in 2009, and the Logitech Herman Miller Embody, released in 2020. The Aeron Remastered builds upon the original's strengths by introducing modern updates such as the 8Z pellicle mesh for better pressure distribution, which improves comfort, the Posture Fit SL mechanism for helping with spinal alignment, and intuitive adjustability options. The remastered version also incorporates more plastic components in its frame compared to the Aeron Classic, using advanced polymers to enhance flexibility, reduce weight, and make it more environmentally friendly. With the Embody, the biggest difference between the original and the Logitech version is the material. The original Embody seat is made of a scrim foam material, which is a light textile made from nylon, whereas the Logitech version has a copper-infused foam, which helps keep you cool while you sit. This is essentially why the chair is branded as a gaming chair, because gamers tend to sit for longer periods of time, and keeping gamers cool while they sit is of utmost importance. For transparency, I have both the Aeron Remastered and the Logitech Herman Miller Embody, so those are the two chairs that I'll be comparing and referencing in this video. It's important to note that in terms of customization, the Aeron and Embody are quite different. The aforementioned Posture Fit SL feature of the Aeron is actually an option that needs to be added when purchasing the Aeron from Herman Miller's website and costs about $100. Other upgradable options on the Aeron include fully adjustable arms, tilt limiter and seat angle, leather arm pads, and multi-surface casters. What this amounts to is that the Aeron can be customized with few or many options. At the time of this recording, the base Aeron with no options retails for 1,448 Canadian dollars, whereas the fully loaded Aeron retails for 2,268 Canadian dollars, a price difference of $820. The Embody, by contrast, always comes fully loaded as is, with the only customizable options being the frame and upholstery colors. I believe that most Herman Miller dealers who sell Aerons typically sell them fully loaded, as my local shops do, but I'm not sure on that one, so check in with your local dealer first if you want to purchase an Aeron through them. For reference, in this video, the Aeron that I have is fully loaded from my local dealer. Generally speaking, the Aeron's design is a classic that has been instantly recognizable ever since the original first hit the market 30 years ago. The breathable 8Z pellicle mesh material on both the seat and the backrest gives it a sleek and lightweight appearance. The chair has a smooth, curved backrest which contributes to its distinct silhouette. Its exposed frame enhances its industrial and modern aesthetic. It's available in neutral tones like black, graphite, and mineral, so the Aeron blends seamlessly with most office environments, giving a professional and contemporary look. The adjustable mechanisms, including visible levers and knobs, are neatly integrated into the design and maintains the chair's clean lines. One interesting thing about the Aeron is that you can feel a textured bump behind the logo of the chair, which indicates the size of the chair. One bump is size A, 2 is size B, and so on. In contrast to the Aeron's minimalist industrial look, the Embody has a more futuristic look, characterized by its backrest designed to replicate the human spine. The central column and flexible ribs of the Embody create a distinct, almost skeletal appearance, setting it apart from the more traditional aesthetic of the Aeron. In terms of color options, the Embody offers more vibrant choices like amethyst and galaxy, contrasting with the Aeron's more subdued tones. The cyan color seems to be the most well-known Embody option, and that's the one that I chose. In my opinion, the Embody's adjustment mechanisms are integrated a little more subtly into its design, making them less prominent but still easily accessible. The Aeron has the aforementioned breathable 8Z pellicle mesh material that enhances air circulation and weight distribution to reduce pressure points. The mesh is divided into 8 distinct zones, such as the thoracic and lumbar zones, and the zones vary in tension, providing targeted support and pressure distribution. It allows air and body heat to pass through, which helps you to maintain a comfortable body temperature. This makes it ideal for prolonged sitting, as it reduces heat buildup and improves overall comfort. It features adjustable lumbar support with the Posture Fit SL mechanism, which aligns with your spine's natural curve for better ergonomic support. The mechanism uses 2 pads that can be adjusted to fit the lumbar and sacral regions of your spine, providing individualized support. It helps to maintain proper posture and reduces strain on your lower back, making long periods of sitting more comfortable. The Aeron also has a forward tilt mechanism, a feature that the Embody doesn't have. It allows a chair to tilt slightly forward, which can be particularly beneficial for tasks that require a more engaged posture, such as, in my case, writing code. In contrast to the Aeron, the Embody focuses on adaptive ergonomic support. It has a pixelated support system in the seat and backrest that adjusts to your movements, distributing weight evenly and reducing pressure points. The backrest mimics the natural curve of your spine with a central column and flexible ribs that move with you. The armrests can move up and down and side to side. While the Embody lacks the forward tilt of the Aeron, it has its own unique feature to adjust the seat depth. The ability to do this is one of the reasons the Embody can fit a wider range of body types and why there's only one size for the Embody versus the 3 sizes for the Aeron. While the Embody doesn't have a breathable mesh to keep you cool like the Aeron, it instead uses copper-infused foam to achieve the same purpose. While we're on the topic of ergonomic support, some people commented or asked about the headrest, or a lack of one, in my previous video on the Embody. Generally speaking, Herman Miller designs their chairs to prevent users from slouching or relying too heavily on head support, which can lead to better posture overall and reduced strain on the neck and shoulders. My previous chair, the Secret Lab Omega, actually caused me more neck and shoulder pain even with its headrest. Not that the Omega is a bad chair, but I much prefer the Embody or Aeron even without a headrest in comparison. You can purchase headrests for the Aeron and Embody from a company called Atlas, but I have no experience with them and won't comment on how they affect the chairs. Let me know down in the comments below if you already have a headrest for either the Aeron or the Embody, and if it makes any difference for you. I'm curious to know. Let's get this out of the way. There's nothing like reclining back in an Aeron. The harmonic tilt of the Aeron makes leaning back in this chair like floating in the clouds. It's really that comfortable. People I know who have had back or hip issues have sat in this chair and they've absolutely loved it and generally preferred the Aeron over the Embody. Second, the armrests of the Aeron are some of the best in the business. The armrests are super comfortable to rest your arms on. Third is the forward tilt feature. It's unique to the Aeron in comparison to the Embody, and for some people, this can be a great way to sit while working and concentrating on a task. Lastly, the lumbar support via the PostureFit SL mechanism is great. The Aeron leads here, in my opinion, offering a level of ergonomic support and comfort that is unmatched by most office chairs. It's great at ensuring your spine maintains its natural alignment and does a great job of promoting better posture. The Aeron isn't perfect though, and there are a couple of things that I don't like about it. First, the chair can feel a bit restrictive, especially in comparison to the Embody. The Aeron tends to lock you into a specific sitting position by design, which can be annoying if you like to shift around and change your posture a lot. Forcing you to sit in a specific position isn't a bad thing necessarily, but it can be a bit limiting if you prefer to move around and switch positions frequently. Second is the way the armrests are adjusted. Since there's no clicking or feedback mechanism and the armrests sort of just move up and down freely, it's hard to adjust both sides equally unless you're moving the armrests all the way to the top or all the way to the bottom. Last, because of the lack of seat depth adjustment, the Aeron might not be comfortable for all users. You'll need to make sure you buy the right size for you, given that the frame itself is honestly very uncomfortable against your body if you're sitting in an Aeron that's too small or too big for you. For me, a big strength of the Embody is that it allows for more ways to sit in the chair. Due to the design, it allows you to move around more and sit how you want, since the chair adapts more to your body, in contrast to the Aeron, which more or less forces you to sit in a specific position. Second, the Embody has the adjustable seat depth, which the Aeron doesn't. This allows the Embody to encompass a wider range of users from 5 foot all the way up to 6'4" from reading some comments. Third for me is the overall backrest. It fits my body nicely and has a nice natural curve in the lower lumbar area with a nice back angle adjustment mechanism, though it's important to note that the Embody doesn't have an independent lumbar support system. The pixelated back, however, allows for more movement and shifting around while still supporting your back. Personally, it's helped me to reduce neck and shoulder pain while working. Fourth is the fact that the Embody comes fully assembled from the factory. It's really awesome to just open the box, wheel the chair out, and immediately start using it. The Aeron, by contrast, requires very little assembly either, only requiring you to put the seat into the base, so it's great in this category as well. The Embody isn't perfect either. First, I found that the chair forces you to sit back a bit in order to gain the most comfort, whereas the Aeron is comfortable both sitting up straight and leaning back, at least for me. This might not bother a lot of people, but it's important to note that the chair naturally wants you to recline a bit in order to gain the most comfort out of it. It's not the greatest chair for sitting up perfectly straight, and even less so for leaning forward since the chair lacks a forward tilt. You can fully adjust the backrest to be upright and lock the chair chair from leaning back, but I find that uncomfortable and I feel like this goes against the original design and intention of the chair. Second, the chair can be noisy and it can tend to creak a lot when you move around. It's likely due to the materials used to create the adaptive seat and pixelated backrest, but for some users, it can be a deal breaker. Third, if you have a pet that sheds, the Embody can be a pet hair magnet. I'm not talking about putting your pet in the chair and that's the only way it can attract pet hair specifically. I'm saying it just attracts pet hair in general. I have a corgi named Owen and I find myself having to clean the seat at least once a week. His hair ends up on the seat, on the backrest, and even between the seat and the backrest. It's not a huge deal, but I just wanted to point it out all the same. Fourth, the arm pads themselves don't rotate side to side or even front to back, which is a feature I've reviewed on chairs much cheaper than the Embody. For a chair this expensive, I've always wished it gave me the ability to at least rotate the armrests, and sometimes I liked doing that depending on how I was sitting. Lastly, moving the chair around can be a bit annoying. Since the armrests move in and out, pulling the chair by its arm can move the armrest out of place. This is why I typically move the chair around by grabbing it by its spine instead. However, this is mainly on carpeted surfaces, and it doesn't happen on smooth floors like laminate or hardwood. Ultimately, which chair is best for you comes down to a few things. First, given the prices of Herman Miller chairs, it's imperative to try out these chairs in person before you decide on anything. At the end of the day, chairs are an extremely subjective thing, and a chair that feels comfortable for one person can be uncomfortable for another. Try and find a local dealer that sells Herman Miller chairs and sit in all of them. No video out there, including this one, can simulate the feeling of actually sitting in the chair, which is the most important thing you can do in making a decision on which chair to purchase. All I can do in this video is make suggestions based on my own experiences with the chairs, so please take my suggestions with a grain of salt. The Aeron has a classic industrial design that has stood the test of time. As of the making of this video, the chair is now 30 years old. It's durable and is proven to last. There are many people still out there with their original Aeron dating back to the 90s, and if that's you, please comment down below. Of the two chairs, for me, the Aeron is the one with better overall ergonomics, as by its design, it ensures you sit in an optimal position. The forward tilt is also great and unique to the Aeron. The Embody, by contrast, has a more modern and unique design and is great for adaptive support, and because of this, allows you to sit more freely in the chair without feeling too confined. It has the seat adjustment, which is unique to the Embody, and visually is a statement piece when it sits in front of your desk. Ultimately, choosing between the Aeron and the Embody comes down to personal preference. In my opinion, if you're looking for a chair that has an amazing recline, you're okay with the more restrictive nature of the chair since it offers, in my opinion, the better overall ergonomic support, and you like the option of sitting forward while you work, the Aeron is the chair that you want. Just be sure with the Aeron that you pick up the right size for you. If you're looking for a chair that allows you to move around more and be more adaptive to your body, while being less punishing with how you decide to sit in it, and you like leaning back a bit while at your desk, the Embody is the one for you. As I mentioned, probably the biggest con of both chairs is that they're both very expensive, and because of that, the cons to these chairs stick out even more. At these prices, the chair damn well better be perfect for you as much as possible. One tip I have though is, no matter what chair you choose for your setup, is to also get a good ergonomic footrest, which for me makes a big difference in comfort and helps to alleviate some pressure off the legs and lower back. If you want my personal opinion on which of these two chairs I prefer, they're very close for me, although if pressed, I do have to go with the Embody just because I do like the freedom that the Embody gives, and I do like the adaptive support and adaptive nature of the Embody versus the more strict nature of the Aeron. Either way you go, Herman Miller offers an amazing 12-year warranty for both chairs on all parts. From my point of view, whichever chair you choose, you can rest assured that you're buying a quality product that will last a long time. That's about all I have for this one, guys. If you're still here, please make sure to drop me a Herman Miller down in the comments below, just so I can give you a like for sticking around until the end of the video. If you like this video, please remember to hit that like button, and please consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon so you know when I release new videos. Doing both of those things really helps me out in growing this small channel. As a side note, as of the making of this video, we just hit 5,000 subscribers on this channel, and I can't thank each and every one of you enough for taking the time to watch my videos. It truly means a lot to me. Thank you. I've got more tech, desk setup, and gaming content planned as usual, so please stay tuned for that. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.